I genuinely think that this could be one of the craziest weeks of 2024 that we've had yet. I broke the world record for the most liked comment in internet history, but now someone is trying to take that away from me. The cost of living crisis has got people so broke that we're now buying houses off of Amazon. The CEOs of every major social media platform got absolutely destroyed on national television.
Are you scared that you'll be arrested and disappear the next time you go to mainland China?
And something happened to TikTok this week which has me very concerned about the platform's future. All of that and of course more, so let's get cracking. Okay, let's kick this week off with a bit of news daddy news. You see, if you mosey on over to Instagram and YouTube, you'll find that the most liked comment on each respective platform has a really nice, beautiful, good story behind it. On YouTube, for example, it's from the San Diego Zoo where the first ever YouTube video was recorded and posted, and that comment has 3.5 million likes. On Instagram, it's on the video where a kid called Reed says he'll do whatever the top comment says. Little did he know that it would be calling on him to go train Muay Thai in Thailand and become a UFC champion. And that comment has 3.6 million likes. But on TikTok, for God's sake, it's on the M to the B video saying, Pov, you're wondering why people are getting mad over this. I saw this and I thought, what the frick?
What the frick?
TikTok is bloody letting us down with what a poor comment that is. So I thought, fuck it, let's change it ourselves. And I made a video and I said, right, first of all, let's get Bella Porch dethroned and let's get GTA 6 crowned. I then commented on that video most liked comment about GTA 6 before GTA 6. I mean, I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I just thought it was funny, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, even though I did intend for it to break a record, I didn't really expect it to take off the way that it did. In the first 24 hours, it got 1 million likes. In the first 2 days, it got 2.2 million likes, but it kind of trailed off and died a little bit after that. It got to about 2.7 before I saw the writing on the wall. Yes, our mission to change the internet forever failed there. Or so I thought. I pinned the video to my profile and I kind of forgot about it for a while, but slowly it started creeping up until we got to 3.3 million likes. And that should happen yesterday. So I thought, okay, well, when you're this close to breaking a domestic record, you go, fuck it, let's break the world record. So I made another video basically calling for one last rally from all the troops. Let's just do this. And guess what? Not only did we break TikTok's record, but we now have the most liked comment in the world. It has 3.7 million likes, beating any other comment ever typed on the internet. Can we just, for 1 second, but no, we can't celebrate just yet, because you know what? Someone is trying to take it away from me. Fuck. Reed, the kid that I was telling you about that should have gone to Thailand by now. I can't be too aggressive. He's still a minor. Anyway, he saw that video and he's now reposted it saying, stop this man. He's basically now trying to rally his troops to regain his crown. I'm having none of this. We have come too far just to come this far, or whatever the fuck the saying is. So I'm challenging my man Reed to a duel. I'm posting a video this evening. It'll probably be out by the time that you see this. And I'm gonna say that if the GTA 6 comment has more likes than his comment by the end of this month, I will go to Thailand before him. And before any of you say a goddamn thing, yes, I am beefing with a 13-year-old. Okay, so I guess next Monday, all of this will probably have played out, and I'll fill you all in on what the hell happens. Moving on. Okay, this cost of living crisis situation has gotten out of hand because we are now buying houses on Amazon. And look, okay, I get it. I can imagine you probably thinking, what the hell has the world come to? But just when you see these things on the inside, when they arrive, you might change your mind. Worth mentioning at this point, I don't work for Amazon. So this all started a couple of weeks ago when the YouTuber Unspeakable made a video where he bought everything you need to live off of Amazon, including a house. His video was met by the YouTube audience as, yeah, kind of classic YouTuber kind of stuff. We're fun, but let's move on with our lives. Oh, but not on TikTok, because this shit got clipped, posted on that app, and when people saw it, not only did it go mega viral, but they actually started buying them. And you know how TikTok is, you post multiple parts, and when these orders, yes, a house comes in an order, started arriving, I was kind of surprised to see that they're not actually that bad. They have almost everything that a regular house has: a kitchen, living area, bathroom, toilet, and even a shower. But the difference is that you can build your very own house. You can build it, remember, in like an hour, maybe even less than that. And if anyone's judging right now, like, whoa, your house, you built your house in an hour. Well, let me just give you a perspective of how things are for young homeowners right now. A recent survey showed that up to 68% of Gen Z, who are now as old as 26, still live with a family member because they cannot afford to rent or buy their own place. And it's arguably worse for the generation above us, because 90% of millennial homeowners have regrets about buying their first home. 90%. If you have 10 people, 9 of them have regrets. Wild. And to be fair, if you bought on Amazon and you have home regrets, you just get them free returns. I actually don't know if you do, so don't quote me on that. Now granted, you'll still have to buy land to put it on and sort out plumbing, electric, and the insulation. It doesn't really look that great, but it's $30K, not $300K. And maybe with the money that you save on the house, you can spend more on the location and the land that you buy to put it on. And this is where I get Alex the editor to Photoshop an Amazon house in some beautiful location, just to give you a little perspective. Ready? His Photoshop in 3, 2, 1. I don't know what you guys saw. I don't know what the result was because I'm still recording here, so I'll just give it a 3 out of 10. Now to gauge what people actually thought about this situation, I posted a video on TikTok where I asked people, is buying a home on Amazon an L or W purchase? It has got 10,000 comments so far, and the most liked comment was, are you ready? W purchase. 65,000 people agreed with buy land, Amazon house, solar panel / generator, make a garden, and buy farm animals. I mean, sounds pretty good. I'd add insulation onto that list, but okay. So the question is, what do you guys think? With all the things considered, is buying an Amazon house an L or W purchase? Moving on. This week, we witnessed something historical. We found out that there is one thing that unites all American politicians. I know, I didn't think it was possible either. But yes, they can all sit in a circle and hold hands singing Kumbaya because Democrat or Republican, left or right, they all hate social media companies. Now, the CEOs of TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Discord all got absolutely grilled by senators about the risks their products pose to young people. But honestly, the whole thing was wild. It ranged from lawmakers completely speaking over CEOs.
You didn't take any action. You didn't take any action. You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this.
Calling them out in front of everyone for lying.
Yes, over the years, I've had a lot of conversations with parents.
You know, that's interesting, Mr. Zuckerberg, because we talked about this last night and you gave me a very different answer.
I told you that I didn't know what.
Desperately wanting them to have some connection, please, with China.
Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation
I'm
in
asking-
Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in
Do
Singapore.
you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm
Okay.
Singaporean.
Are you scared that you'll be arrested and disappear the next time you go to mainland China?
Exposing some, and this is to be fair, absolutely baffling prompts that Instagram has.
These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users 2 choices. Get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
The basic science behind that is.
What were you thinking, Zuck?
What the hell were you thinking?
And they even got Zuck on national television to turn around while all of the media, as you can see, scrambles to get the picture, and apologize to all of the parents who say that their children suffered or died as a result of social media. Zuck and Shou Chu of TikTok attended the hearing willingly, while the other 3 CEOs had to be subpoenaed to turn up. And after everyone on the internet got over how crazy some of the questions were, 2 main opposite sides started appearing. some started agreeing with the lawmakers and say that there needs to be tougher restrictions on social media and that these CEOs will just try and get away with anything if they can. And to be fair, to their point, according to leaked documents from Meta itself, they priced the monetary value of a teenager's life on their platform as $270. But then there are the people who disagree and believe that more restrictions placed on social media will only lead to a less free internet for everyone, and that a lot of these issues that lawmakers raised were not the CEO's responsibility, but rather the parents of the children, and that they should be more involved in their kids' usage of social media. So I don't know, what do you think? Which side do you fall on? And let me know in the comments before we move on. Let's talk about my bingo card. We've officially wrapped up the first month of the year, and I am genuinely shocked at the outcome so far of my 2024 bingo card. If you didn't know, I made a bingo card on TikTok so we could all make our predictions and play bingo with them for 2024. Okay, right, good. Anyway, the Epstein documents were released so I can officially cross that bitch off. And now here's where things get crazy. Because granted, yes, we haven't seen a full-on cyber attack, but what we did do is we discovered one of the largest data leaks ever discovered. Counts for something. King Charles didn't die, but he was admitted to hospital to have surgery for an enlarged prostate. Another freaking close one. We haven't seen a pandemic 2.0, but what we did find out was that Chinese scientists were experimenting with a COVID strain that was 100% deadly in humanized mice. Trump didn't become president, but in January, after primary votes, it became clear that he will become the Republican nominee and face Biden. And speaking of Biden, he didn't die, but he has been under a lot of stress lately with the whole Texas situation, the Houthis, and now Iran, so... And while we haven't seen a world leader get assassinated, we did see that failed attempt on the South Korean opposition leader, and luckily, thankfully, it was failed. And remember, all of these predictions of mine, they're just predictions. It's not what I want to happen, it's just with the state of the world, it's what I think would probably happen. Anyway, we got one crossed off and a whole lot of close calls, so crazy. If you guys want to play along, I'll just chuck the one that I made in a Google Drive in the description or something. You just take that, put your predictions in, and we'll catch up in February, see what the fuck happens. Moving on! Okay, now, it is no secret that TikTok is my preferred platform to post videos on right now. And that is why I take no pleasure in saying this, but for the first time ever, I'm actually scared for TikTok's future. Because what happened this week was just the latest disaster in a string of disasters that I feel are slowly eroding the platform's oomph and credibility. I mean, it started with their big promise of their pay increase for their creators, which turned out to be an empty promise. And for me, for example, it did the exact opposite. Then, around October time, a lot of creators started speaking about how strict the community guidelines had become. And I mean, to the point, just to give you a perspective, I'm right now having to censor words like die or kill in fear and terror that TikTok's AI is gonna flag me. And they have. And then thirdly, another big disaster for them, Reels, their biggest competitor, I'm not gonna lie, has started popping off. I mean, right now I'm seeing this same shit that happened when TikTok first started blowing up, which is new creators getting a lot of views and getting a lot of attention. And that is the foundation. New creators. That's what we need to see from a platform. And all of these, not great things for TikTok kind of accumulated into the latest issue. Millions upon millions of TikTok videos have been muted over the last few days, essentially purging huge catalogs of people's and creators' videos. So what the hell happened? Well, if you don't know, TikTok pays music publishers a fee which allows you to add music on your videos for free. But now the second largest music publisher in the world, Universal Music Group, has refused to extend their contract with TikTok, which expired on January the 31st at midnight. And you guys need to read this because they wrote a massive, really angry statement calling TikTok, basically calling them cheap, saying, and I quote, TikTok is trying to build a music-based business without paying fair value for music. They also said that TikTok is allowing the platform to be flooded with AI-generated recordings that is nothing short of sponsoring artist replacement by AI. TikTok, reading this, clapped the fuck back, saying that Universal was spreading a false narrative and rhetoric, and that UMG had put their own greed, yes, they used the word greed, above the interests of their artists and songwriters, and that TikTok has been able to reach artist-first agreements with every other record label, Universal Group. We're all good with everyone else, so clearly it's you, saying that because of that, clearly their actions are self-serving and are not in the best interest of their artists, songwriters, and fans. I don't know if you could tell, but this is basically a lawyer's rap battle. Now, what this means for the creators is that if they made any videos with songs that contained their artists, which is a bloody long list, their videos were muted and will not go on the For You page. And I mean, just for perspective, UMG has copyright over about a third of the world's music. And they have top artists like, ready? Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Drake, BTS, Ariana Grande, Olivia Rodrigo. Let's try that again. All right, ready? Speed round. Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Drake, BTS, Ariana Grande, Olivia Rodrigo, Eminem, SZA, Ye, Justin Bieber, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Now, to be honest, TikTok does have other partnerships with other publishers. But with the massive artists that UMG have that are no longer allowed on the app, they will not only lose a huge chunk of what makes TikTok, but they are going to be taking a huge setback against their competitors, Instagram, which still have all of the music that is banned on TikTok. I mean, honestly, it's not good for TikTok, and I do hope that they sort their shit out. And it will be sad days if they don't, but I guess if they don't, I'll be here making a lot more content. And look, on that note, I really need a fucking pee right now, so I need to go. It's not as simple as going and coming back because I've barricaded myself in here. Once I close the doors, it's a really tough process of getting out of here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go pee. Thank you so much. We're building a little community of people just coming to the channel every week now. So I love you. Thank you very much for that. And I'll catch you next Monday. Doing the hated outro every video until I lose my girlfriend.